Hello, I'm Dr. Q. Hope you're having an amazing day. Many of us are still using AI the same way we use Google. Type a question, get an answer, close the tab, next say the same thing from scratch. That works, but that leaves most of the value on the table. The real gap is that most of us still use AI turn by turn instead of delegating full structured tasks. Agents change that. They can run multi-step workflows, and agent skills make those workflows reusable. In the next 10 minutes, I'll give you a practical mental model, then walk you through one complete agentic workflow from a raw question to finished artifact. So what actually changes when you go from a chatbot to an agent? A chatbot answers terms, an agent completes tasks. I like the American football analogy for this. A chatbot is one play call and one snap. You ask, it replies, and everything resets. An agent allows a full drive. You define the goal, the system proposes steps, reads what happened, and adjusts the next move. The mental loop is plan, act, observe, and revise. In this video, Claude Code is the agent that runs the loop. It gives the model tools, memory, and the real environment context to execute the full drive, not just answer one question. This isn't just better prompting, it's a different operating model, from isolated answers to workflow execution. So what about agent skills? They are essentially a set of reusable workflows I could activate instead of re-explaining context from scratch every session. A skill is exactly that, packaged workflow knowledge. You activate a capability instead of rebuilding it. In football terms, skills are your playbook modules. The red zone script, the 2-minute drill, the goal line package. You don't reteach the team every possession. You load the right module and execute consistently. That means less repeated setup, more consistent execution, and a faster iteration. And skills themselves keep evolving. The one I'm showcasing today is a skill I've been actively developing, testing, and improving. They are living workflows, not static templates. One quick note, I use Claude Code in this demo, but this workflow logic carries over to other agentic tools, Codex, Gemini, Open Code, you name it. Before the actual demo, let me save you 30 minutes of Googling. You need two things, a workspace and a way to talk to your agent. The workspace is your integrated development environment, or IDE, such as VS Code, Cursor, or Antigravity. There are file browser, editor, and a chat in one window. We use Google's Antigravity in this demo. Now, Claude Code is the agent on your machine. It reads your files, runs scripts, and executes real workflows. There are two ways to use it. The IDE extension puts chat inside the editor, or alternatively, we can use the command line interface, or CLI, which runs in the terminal with full environment access. Our demo uses CLI for its tighter context control and ability to run parallel agents. Now, the easiest way for Claude Code installation is to ask an IDE agent to set up the CLI for you. As to skills, the easiest way to install them is just ask the agent to do it for you. You can also use the marketplace command to browse verified community skills with an option for automatic updates. Now let's run one complete workflow. The context is exploratory data analysis, which just means summarize what's in the data before you start drawing conclusions. Simple, but often skipped. The dataset is 1,900 Savannah Bananas YouTube uploads, more than 700 regular videos, and more than 1,000 shorts. The question, what does this channel's YouTube presents actually look like? The skill is Q exploratory analysis, part of my Q Scholar skill set, one I built myself. And you can find the full skill on my GitHub Q Skills repo. It runs a 6-phase analysis pipeline, then produces a summary, tables, and a formatted report. Before I start, I run a short setup protocol. It takes about 30 seconds, and it prevents the mistakes that used to cost me an hour. The thing I always do first is plan mode. You can enable this through hitting Shift and a tab at the same time, or just type /plan and hit enter. This helps the agent to outline its approach before doing anything. I learned early what happens when you skip this. You get confident, well-written output that answers the wrong question entirely. After that, Flash init. This creates a lightweight rules file so the agent knows the project conventions. It is not really necessary for our current project, but I wanted to make you aware of this option. Third, I use @symbol to point the agent directly to the files it should read. Lastly, I review before I accept. Outputs don't ship without a look. This setup is small, but this is where most of the reliability gains actually come from. So here's the thing. On its own, an agent may improvise analysis and hallucinate numbers. A skill prevents that. It packages a pre-written script with markdown instructions the agent follows step by step. But the agent still adapts within that structure, asks questions, adjusts to the data. That said, let's kick off the demo. I point the agent at the data with @symbol reference, and I invoke the skill. The agent loads Q exploratory analysis and starts an interview. The skill presents 3 questions at once before it runs the full analysis. First, any specific research questions. I select general exploration, no narrow hypothesis, just a broad look at the data. Second, which columns should be used as grouping variables? I pick video type only. This is the column I want every metric split by, videos versus shorts. Third, do you agree with the column type classifications? The skill automatically classifies every column by measurement level and shows me the table. Most of the suggestions are correct. Comments and likes are discrete. Release time is temporal. Those are fine. But I catch 4 that need a classification. 4 overrides totem. Video type was auto-detected as the binary. That's technically correct. 2 values, but override it to nominal, so I get grouped comparisons. Video title was classified as an ID because almost every title is unique, so I override it to text. Views was flagged as continuous because nearly every value is unique, but views are counts. You can't have half a view. I override it to discrete. Language was detected as binary, 2 values. But given both languages are essentially English, they are not useful for this analysis. Override it to ID to exclude it. This is exactly the kind of judgment that makes the difference between useful output and noise. So the agent now kicks off a 6-phase pipeline. You will see it running on a time lapse while I narrate what each phase actually does. Phase 0 loads the data with my column corrections. Phase 1 profiles the data set. Phase 2 checks data quality. Phase 3 runs univariate analysis, different math for different data types. Phase 4, bivariate analysis. Phase 5, text frequency analysis and the temporal trends. Phase 6 compiles everything into an Excel workbook. Now let's take a look at what actually came out. The report has 12 tabs. I will walk you through a few key ones. Data quality first. 4 columns have more than 40% missing data. Subtitles at 67, text 62, introductions 50, language at 42. Those are flags before anyone uses those fields. Views are extremely right-skilled. The mean is over 400,000, but the median is only 75K. A few viral hits the top at 167 million views, pulled up the average weight up. Median is the better measure here. The correlation table shows views and likes are nearly perfectly correlated. Now, the group comparison. This is the most telling table. Shorts dominate this channel, 59% of uploads, and they vastly outperform regular videos. Median views for shorts, over 100,000. For regular videos, only 10K, more than 11 times higher. Median likes on shorts, 5,000. On videos, 188, a 27-to-1 ratio. Temporal trends. The channel started in late 2015, scaled dramatically in mid-2022, and peaked around April 2023, with over 500,000 median views per upload. After the tables, the agent reads every CSV files and writes a narrative summary. It highlights patterns, flags, quality issues, and notes distribution warnings. So before I accept any of this, I check three things. First, does the classification match my intent? Every metric is broken out by video type. Second, do the numbers make sense? Shorts getting 11 times the views of regular videos. Third, are the data quality flags honest? 4 columns with over 40% missing, extreme skewness in engagement, real limitations, not hidden. We're not here to produce AI slop. Fast, generic output that sounds plausible but says nothing. The goal is useful, defensible output, something you'd actually put your name on it. We all know AI stands for artificial intelligence, but today I also would like to argue in a demo AI is allocating intelligence. Honestly, the first time I ran a full workflow like this, I was surprised by how much I was still doing, just better. Our role doesn't disappear, it gets more important. We define tasks, judge the outputs, and decide what's credible. And here's the takeaway I want you to hold on to. It's not about this specific tool. What we walk through today is systems thinking. Define the problem, structure the workflow, observe the output, and revise with judgment. That process works whatever you use, Claude Code, Codex, Gemini, or whatever ships next month. Tools change, the thinking transfers. And the skill I demoed today, it's not perfect. It's still being refined with every workflow I run. That's the point. You don't wait for perfect tools. You start and you improve as you go. If you want to try this today, here's all you need. Take a data set you already have, run one exploratory analysis, check the outputs, column classifications, data quality flags, whether the findings actually make sense. That's enough to go from AI curiosity to real capability. That said, thank you for tuning in. I'm always happy to keep the conversation going in the comments. Hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you around.